Hey there, YouTube fans, how you going? Sorry for the poor video quality, but I have to mix a few different videos here. I just found out on the weekend some really amazing information which blew my mind. Everybody talks about the ketogenic diet, which is good for weight loss, etc., etc. Now, for a diabetic, however, it doesn't seem to improve insulin sensitivity. Now, some of the benefits I have of being Italian is I can look at other research in other languages and follow other Italian researchers. And I came across Professor Luigi Fontana, and I'm waiting for his research on intermittent fasting and the Mediterranean diet. But I came across one of his videos, which I'll try and put in the link, and he referred to some research where they tested menopausal women. They put them on a high protein diet. They put them on a protein diet of less protein, of 0.8 grams per kilogram seems to be the sweet spot. And the women who lost weight with a higher protein, I think it was 1.2 off the top of my head, 1.2 grams per kilogram. Now this is all in kilograms, sorry. So the women who had higher protein diet, so a ketogenic diet or a paleo diet, and lost the same amount of body fat, the same whatever have you, right? I'll let Dr. Fontana talk about it. They had almost no improvement in insulin sensitivity. So what does that mean? It means that your underlying diabetes doesn't improve, right? Your underlying diabetes doesn't improve. You still have issues with diabetes in this particular group. Now it probably equates to everybody, but every diabetic. But this was done in menopausal or postmenopausal women. I'll link the article and I'll let Professor Luigi Fontana talk himself. So, I mean, you think about it, if you lose weight with the paleo method, and I know that you keep your blood sugars lower like that if you drop your carbs, so I'm just saying maybe lower carbohydrate but not kill your carbs altogether and watch your protein. Let's say you lose weight and you're still insulin resistant. Well, you're going to put on that weight again. You're going to put on that weight fast. You're also going to still have problems with diabetes. That's the significance of this. I had a little think about it, and my personal opinion is, again, just thinking about the Italian style diet. They don't have a lot of red meat. They have vegetables, they have a little bit of fruit, they still have pastas, but it's not like we have in the West here. They will have a maximum something like 65 grams, whereas I was in Australia here, I was used to eating 150. So there's quite a bit of difference, and apparently it's more vegetable. The older generation in Italy, the Sicilians and everything, they were allegedly eating more beans and more vegetables and then a little bit of pasta on top, because they're still having pasta. If you go to Italy and you look at the younger generation, and even a lot of the older generation, there's very low rates of obesity even now, and it's carb nation. Bread, pasta, rice, right? Pizza every now and then. This is what blows my mind every time I go back to visit my relatives in Sicily. Okay, so I'll let Dr. Fontana talk, and then I'll leave the video after probably there, because I'll just let him explain the research himself. And then please like, comment and subscribe to this channel. Everything I find out, I try and share with everybody about diabetes and nutrition and weight loss. Alright, so take care, guys. Watch Professor Luigi Fontana now. Great researcher on longevity, and yeah.
Now, let me conclude this topic about protein, because I think it's very important. So the data, I show you so far is that, we need to eat the right amount of protein. And the right amount of protein probably is around 10% protein, 0.8 grams per kilogram body weight. And by the way, 0.8, that is around 10%, is what is recommended. If we look at the studies on the nitrogen balance studies, people who are eating 97.5% of the population eating 10% calories from protein, they are in a neutral or positive nitrogen balance. So they have enough proteins. And yet, especially in many Western countries, people are eating at least 14-15%. And now with this craziness of the high protein, low carb diet, people they are eating even more proteins. That's bad. And so far I show you data in animals and some in humans, but this paper is not mine, is by Bettina Mittendorfer. She's a fantastic scientist working on insulin sensitivity. And in this study that she published in Cell Reports, what she did, she enrolled obese women and she randomized them half to 10% weight loss with a high protein diet, 1.3 grams per kilogram body weight, and half on a normal protein diet. She calls it low protein diet, but in reality, 0.8 grams per kilogram body weight is what is recommended by the international guidelines. Anyway, both, they lost the same body weight by design, same reduction in visceral fat measured with the magnetic resonance, same reduction in liver fat with the MRI, but the women that lost 10% body weight on the 0.8 grams on the normal protein, 10% proteins, calories from protein, they had a nice improvement in insulin sensitivity measured with a clamp, and Bettina is an expert to do clamps, so it's a very good data. In contrast, the women that lost the same body weight, same visceral fat, same liver fat had zero improvement in insulin sensitivity. What does it mean? First of all, that a calorie is not a calorie. From a body composition point of view, yes. From a metabolic point of view, not. The other important result is that these women, they lost weight, they lost visceral fat, but they are still insulin resistant and they have hyperinsulinemia. And you remember, hyperinsulinemia is stimulating the insulin IGF-1 pathway and is promoting aging and cancer. So my message is, please stay away from these low carb diets. High protein, ketogenic, doesn't matter, because even the ketogenic is true. The proportion of fat is higher, but if you look the menu, what the people are eating on this ketogenic diet is breakfast, lunch, and dinner animal products. Lots of proteins, okay? And what we know is that this high protein diet, for example, apart from FGF21, and is basically blocking, even during weight loss, the improvement in insulin sensitivity, and they are overactivating the insulin IGF-1 pathway that is driving cancer and aging. So please don't believe these paleo diet people, these ketogenic, Atkins, South Beach, Duncan, all this stuff. It's bad. Okay, and now we have the metabolic molecular mechanisms, not only mice. These are human beings, randomized clinical trial. This is not just association. Okay.